Did you like put it right
Hello
on my
folks,
chest
we
and
are
go,
recording live here
evil,
for the Cape Cod
evil.
Times here at Sesuit Harbor in Dennis, where a deceased North Atlantic right whale calf is being towed in to the harbor here in Sesuit Harbor.
Now, if the whale has orange Coast Guard paint on it, that would be better.
If you're just joining us, we are broadcasting live here for the Cape Cod Times, where a North Atlantic right whale calf that is deceased is being pulled in to the harbor. Unfortunate news here to report that this North Atlantic right whale calf did not make it and was found dead in Cape Cod Bay, just north of Barnstable Harbor. They're towing this North Atlantic right whale calf here at Sesuit Harbor in Dennis. They'll take it out of the water and do some examination of the body. But this is unfortunate news. There's only about 524 North Atlantic right whales in the whole world. About 40% of them are here in northeast waters, including around Cape Cod and Cape Cod Bay. And there are only about 4 calves that were born this winter. So let's try to get closer. Forgive us as we walk up the stairs. We're going to go check on this deceased North Atlantic right whale calf. Crews from the International Fund for Animal Welfare are here to check out this deceased North Atlantic right whale calf. We've also got folks from the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown. We are taking you over to see the whale calf that was just towed into the harbor here. They will hoist the dead calf's carcass out of the harbor here using this machine. The Center for Coastal Studies right whale expert Charles Stormy Mayo told us that this calf was found about 5 miles north of Barnstable Harbor. There were only 4 calves spotted and observed this season. So a death of one North Atlantic right whale calf is very significant. These whales are some of the most rare species in the entire world, with only 524 North Atlantic right whales in existence. Researchers have already noticed a decline in their population, which has been concerning. So, as you can imagine, they are very concerned to learn of the death of a calf. So bear with us for a while they bring the carcass of a deceased North Atlantic right whale calf into the harbor here, Sesuit Harbor, where it will be hoisted out of the water and brought onto land so researchers can study it. Stormy Mayo told us that this whale was found belly up in Cape Cod Bay. They're trying to get into position here at Sesuit Harbor to take the carcass of this North Atlantic right whale calf out of the water. Let's try to get a better position.
Huh? You know what he said? We were told we needed assistance. We don't need any assistance. I said, okay, you know you have to get it into the travel list. We're well aware of that. Okay.
If you're just joining us, folks, we're here at Sesuit Harbor, where the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf is being brought into the harbor and will be taken out of the water and brought onto shore. It's currently being towed by Coast Guard crews, folks from the International Fund for Animal Welfare are here, as well as the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown. The death of this right whale calf is very significant. There are only exactly 524 North Atlantic right whales in the whole world, and only 4 calves were observed this winter season. So there aren't many babies to help the struggling population of these right whales. Researchers will be studying the carcass of this animal to determine the cause of death. Right now, they're saying it is not known. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're here at Sesuit Harbor in Dennis, where Coast Guard crews are towing in the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf that unfortunately died. It is very significant because only 4 of these calves were spotted this entire winter. So anytime you lose a baby from one of the most rare species in the world, North Atlantic right whales, it's very concerning. Researchers will be studying this animal to try to figure out how it died. It was spotted belly up about 5 miles north of Barnstable Harbor in Cape Cod Bay, according to Charles Stormy Mayo, who's one of the lead right whale researchers at the Provincetown Center for Coastal Studies. International Fund for Animal Welfare Workers are trying to assist with this. It's been a bittersweet week here on Cape Cod for North Atlantic right whales. On Wednesday, more than 160 right whales were seen in Cape Cod Bay over an 8-hour stretch, which was a record. Although researchers for these animals have been very much concerned about noticeable trends in their population declining. There's only 524 North Atlantic right whales in the entire world. And about 40% of them are in the Cape Cod area right now, in the Cape Cod Bay, where they feed, rear their young, and socialize with other right whales. But unfortunately, this calf didn't make it. This is one of the 4 babies, one of the 4 North Atlantic right whale calves that researchers have spotted this year. So now there are only 3. There were over 160 right whales observed on Wednesday in the Cape Cod area, which was a record.
One over here. Get the 60 around that island. Take it.
Some folks have gathered here at Sesuit Harbor at a local marina to see rescue crews lift this North Atlantic right whale calf's carcass out of the water. Let's see if we can get another view.
If you back up, I'll hop on board with you, and that way I'll get a line on the picture. Hey, come aboard. Okay, you want to do that then? Okay.
Folks, if you're just joining us, this is Jason Colnose from the Cape Cod Times, broadcasting live here on Facebook at Sesuit Harbor in Dennis, where International Fund for Animal Welfare Workers, the Coast Guard, are working to take the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay out of the water. They still need to determine how this baby whale died. But the death of this North Atlantic right whale calf is very concerning to researchers, especially as there were only 4 North Atlantic right whale calves spotted and observed this winter season, and there are only 524 of these whales in the entire world. Very unfortunate news here at Sesuit Harbor, where the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf was found in Cape Cod Bay and is being towed here to Sesuit Harbor, where they'll take it out of the water. There are so few of these in the world indeed. Only 4 North Atlantic right whale calves were observed this winter season, and there are only 524 of the whales in the entire world. Let's try to get a closer look as they hoist this animal out of the water. Folks, if you're just joining us, this is Jason Colnose for the Cape Cod Times, broadcasting live here on Facebook. We're at Sesuit Harbor, where crews are about to hoist the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay out of the water and onto land, so researchers can study it and try to determine why it died. The death of this North Atlantic right whale calf is particularly concerning, especially as only 4 calves were observed this entire winter season, and there are only 524 North Atlantic right whales in the entire world. So anytime one dies, it is particularly concerning. The species is struggling in terms of population. Researchers are very much concerned. To learn more about how this calf was spotted, head on over to CapeCodTimes.com, and also on our Facebook page, where we recently posted a story about this specific North Atlantic right whale that had died.
And weight-wise, there's packs of it actually behind your strap. The center
but they're going to use this machine to bring the carcass of this right whale calf out of the ocean and onto land. This is at Sesuit Harbor in Dennis. We're outside a local marina. Let's try to get another angle here. Lots of folks have gathered to see this effort. If you've just joined us, we're at Sesuit Harbor here in Dennis, where they're lifting the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay. A crowd has gathered to watch this. North Atlantic right whale calves are very rare. There are only 4 spotted this entire winter season. So now there are only 3. As this one turned up dead in Cape Cod Bay, there are only 524 right whales, North Atlantic right whales in the entire world. So anytime a member of this species dies, it's concerning, especially a baby. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're at Sesuit Harbor here in Dennis, where they are hoisting the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay, about 5 miles north of Barnstable Harbor. They towed it to the Sesuit Harbor to get it out of the water and onto land so researchers can study it, try to determine why this calf died. This whale is deceased, unfortunately. It's a North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay. We must warn you, there are some graphic images here, but this is nature.
Pickup truck and that little thing.
If anyone has vehicles parked above the line, you can please move them.
This is the whale's massive tail. For those just joining us, we're broadcasting live here for the Cape Cod Times at Sesuit Harbor, where researchers and rescue crews have hoisted a North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay out of the water and onto land here using this gigantic machine. They still don't know how this died yet, but hopefully they'll be able to examine the carcass to try to get a better sense. There were only 4 North Atlantic right whale calves observed this winter season, and there are only 524 North Atlantic right whales in the whole world. So anytime a member of this species dies, it's very concerning to researchers. They're about to put this whale calf on a flatbed.
Mike's back up?
Yeah, come back up.
Okay. All right. We're actually going to... Actually, yeah, we have hold that. I didn't hold.
Wow, how many?
Yeah, as long as you get some photos.
Send that to me, Mom.
It's fine? Oh, so let's break it down.
Folks, if you're just joining us, we're broadcasting live for the Cape Cod Times. This is Jason Kolnos. We're here at Sesuit Harbor in Dennis, where crews from the International Fund for Animal Welfare and the Coast Guard and folks from the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown are here, where they just hoisted a North Atlantic right whale calf out of the water. It was found dead in Cape Cod Bay. There were only 4 North Atlantic right whale calves observed during this season so far, so now they're down to 3. It's very concerning for researchers. They will check out this carcass and try to determine how it died. A good-sized crowd of people have showed up to see this effort. Very disheartening news for researchers already concerned about the declining population of North Atlantic right whales. Anytime they lose a member of this species, it's not good news. They're lowering the right whale calf here onto this flatbed truck. Do you know where this is going from?
Yeah, it's going to stay here for the night, and and then they tell me it's going to go to the Bourne landfill. That's where the necropsy will be done.
We're just being told that the necropsy will be done in Bourne on this North Atlantic right whale calf that was found dead in Cape Cod Bay. Thanks. I'll meet you in the back here. All right, we're here with Stormy Mayo. He's a North Atlantic right whale expert at the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown. Stormy, tell us what you know about this calf here.
We're going to have to wait for a while to see if the matchers can match it for sure. Our project has been photographing the calves in the bay, so I think we'll get it. But right now, we'll first have to find out who it is. Then we'll have to find out for sure who the mother is. We've been seeing them together, so we'll probably know the mother. This is a very big calf. My people seeing the photographs have already asked, is it really a calf? And I think it is, but it must be an old one.
Now, there aren't too many North Atlantic right whale calves out there. Tell folks what that means, how many are there, and why is this concerning?
We have a huge number of right whales in the bay, that's for sure, and that's why we're warning boats, which might be the reason this one's dead. But there are only 4 calves that are known to have been born in the North Atlantic. So this is a very precious animal, all the more precious because it's a female. And that's the demographic group we least want to lose. She might have had, 15 calves in her life if she'd lived.
And you folks have already been noticing troubling trends in the total population of these animals. Tell us about that.
Yeah. The best we can tell through our collaborations with other colleagues in the field, it looks like the population, which was very slowly climbing but going up, now seems to be going down. And the whale behind me may be the reason that it's going down. The calves are few and they're being struck. So we better get out of the way. There's a whale coming.
Thank you so much, Stormy.
You bet.
Stormy tells us a necropsy will be performed on this right whale calf inborn sometime soon. And as always, researchers are warning any boaters or mariners out there to be very careful and keep an eye out for these North Atlantic right whales, a very rare species in decline.
Dude, don't touch anything about the whale.
They've pretty much got this North Atlantic right whale calf on this flatbed truck. We are going to sign off on this live Facebook broadcast. This is Jason Collins for the Cape Cod Times. Again, you've been watching the carcass of a North Atlantic right whale calf being hoisted from the sea onto shore. It was found dead in Cape Cod Bay. Very troubling for researchers. They tell us that only 4 calves were observed this year, this season. So anytime you lose one, it is of grave significance. They will soon study this carcass to try to figure out if they can determine how it died. Stay tuned to CapeCodTimes.com. We have an article up right now on our main website talking about this North Atlantic right whale calf and its death. And we will post more when we learn more about how this died. Thank you for watching us here on Facebook and have a great afternoon.